All right, we're starting.
Okay, bowling has a long and rich history, and today is one of the most popular sports in the world. A British anthropologist named Sir Flinders Petrie discovered that in 1930s a collection of objects in a child's grave in Egypt that appeared to him to be used for a crude form of bowling. If he was correct, bowling traces its history to 3200 BC. A German historian asserted that bowling began in his country about 300 AD. There's substantial evidence that a form of bowling was in vogue in England in 1366 when King Edward III allegedly outlawed it to keep his troops focused on learning the bow and sword practice. And it's almost certain that bowling was popular by the time King Henry VIII reigned. And by this time, there was a lot of variations to bowling, depending on which country you went to. Anywhere from France to Spain to Germany, even over in Scotland and Edinburgh, they had a game where they would take the ball, take it between their legs. It was actually a large stone, and throw it and lay flat and knock the pins down. So in doing so, they called it flops because you end up flopping face first. Well, in Italy, it's called bocce ball, and the British called it lawn bowling. Well, when these immigrants came to America, they brought the game over with them. But of course, you're going to have variations on the game depending on which country they represented. Well, in America, the first lawn bowling lane was in New York, and it is still called, it's in the New York Battery area, and it's still called and New Yorkers still call it the plot bowling, the small plot of the lane,
Right.
the bowling green. The game had its up and downs in America. In 1841, Connecticut law made it illegal to maintain any 9-pin lanes. That's what they used to call bowling, was 9 pins. Because people were using it as a gambling device, people would gamble on everything, especially bowling. Actually, many of the industrialists back then would have a 9-pin lane set up in their mansion, even though it was illegal. Well, that made the game even more popular the more illegal it got. So, what they used to have was what they called pin setters, and they called them, pin boys. They would hire kids to go, and they would set up the pins, and the adults would bowl. Well, beginning in 1951, a company that we all know as AMF now, they used to just make machinery for bakery, tobacco companies, and apparel businesses, actually purchased the patent from a German for an automatic pin setter. And in 1952, they put this on a mass production. So AMF no longer made all these other things. They just made the pin setters for every bowling alley in America. Well, in 1950s, that's when bowling actually was embraced as a sport, and it actually got on TV. There was, NBC was the first broadcasting company to actually show championship bowling. They turned around and had celebrity bowling, bowling for dollars, and make that fair. In 1961, ABC was the first network to telecast the competition of the Pro Bowlers Association, which we all know as PBA now, and the Pro Bowlers Tour became a stalwart of ABC Sport. Let's see. Today, the sport of bowling has about 95 million participants, and the first bowling conference was ABC. What was happening before this was you could go from Arkansas to Ohio. They would have different size balls, different pins, so they could never have like a real championship because whoever had the home field advantage, you know, that's what you would use. So when ABC got together with all these different states, they said we're going to use standard pins, standard bowling balls. And that's interesting because the first bowling balls were made out of wood. Brunswick was the first company to come out with a rubber ball. And after that, they started making the balls not only rubber, but they went to urethane, and now they have reactive balls. So the balls have come a long way since their wooden ancestors. Well, ABC had a problem because ABC only allowed men to be part of it. And as a matter of fact, in the 50s, blacks or minorities couldn't be a member of ABC also. Well, ABC has gone away, and now it's called USBC. And USBC allows not only everybody, they also will call their tournaments opens. Opens means that you can have women or you can have men, you know, bowl together. I just went to Reno, which is the USBC National Championship, and we had women bowling right beside men. And, you know, the USBC welcomes them all. Even though the women have their own bowling conference, they can be a part of, you know, we can't be a part of their conference, but they can be a part of the USBC. And that's about it.
Yay!